he's helped start and put on the map, helping groups self-organize online to make democracy work better. It's not only about the election process, but also about the functioning of democracy. And most of the examples and most of the discussion will be in the context of the U.S. Now, a lot of these things obviously apply in other countries, and there's some amazing and fascinating developments going on in places like Estonia, and Latvia, and Macedonia, and Canada, and Sweden, etc. But we're going to talk mainly about the U.S. Now, here's with Vodism and Nation Builder, and of course causes, to try to help empower individuals to get involved on the internet and in the way this process works.
Well, there was a shift that started taking place around 2003, 2004, which is a big part of what we've all spent the last almost decade discussing, which is the rise of social media. And, you know, I agree with so much of what the Vice President is saying. And I obviously am optimistic in thinking that a lot of the problems that we're facing that have to do with the hacking, as he says, or the co-opting of mass media in order to control the system, can be remedied actually by the rise of new mediums. And in fact, I think that we've seen this historically. If we look back at the history of the last couple hundred years, there's always been a concomitant expansion of the power of media and the reach of media, along with the expansion of democracy. You see this from, you know, the early colonial era, post-colonial era, where there were 35,000 white landowning males, and those were the only people allowed to vote. And at that point, media was becoming increasingly free and accessible, but mostly free and accessible to those 35,000 or so white landowning males. As you move into the 20th century with the rise of mass media, whether it's a cause or an effect, we see, for the first time, universal suffrage. And this trend, I think, continues, and there's always a pattern of the expansion of media and then the co-opting of media by special interests and by political forces for their own ends. We now find ourselves on the brink of a new medium